Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your afternoon practice. We got 30 minutes and I want to address some of the areas of the body where we start to feel fatigue when we're sitting at our desk for a long time, because for a lot of us we are stuck at home and we are not only sitting at our desk for work, but we're sitting at our desk for lunch. We're also sitting at our desk to practice. And sometimes we're sitting at our desk for entertainment. So we could spend maybe 10 hours at our desk. And so oftentimes when we're at our desk, we're not in the best posture, right? And sometimes I'm sitting in this way, right? It's this kind of curvature of the back. And then we have stress literally from the hips or the glutes all the way up to the base of the skull. So I just want to address that with us today. So some of the things you may need in this practice is a bolster, pillow, a blanket, or something to sit on so the knees start to feel a little bit comfortable and those hips can stay nice and soft. And the indicator that you'll need if you're going to need to sit on something is if you're in cross-legged pose and you can't straighten your spine. So you're something like this, right? And yeah, of course, I could engage my middle thoracic spine, right? The muscles on each side of the mid-spine and work the heart up, but it's a lot of work. And for me to be sitting this way for a long period of time, it may get a little bit tiring. And I also will get a little bit of pressure on the hips, so I'm going to cut off the circulation of my feet. And that's not always very comfortable. So I'm right here now, fairly comfortable, but I got this rounding of the spine. So if I take something, black bolster or pillow or something, and I put my hips on it, automatically my knees drop and very effortless, my spine is nice and tall, long, right? So something to sit on, and then maybe a strap or a belt or a scarf or something. I don't know if you'll necessarily need it, but it's nice to have it handy just in case. And we're going to work from up to down, right? So I'm going to start from the neck and move down through torso. So get comfortable. Any position with the legs, and sometimes throughout you may be able to switch just to get a sense of where the legs are. Hands to knees, lengthen through torso. Let's just move a little bit here. So think about fluidity, and you're just gonna wag a little bit side to side. You're gonna move the shoulders, move the head, just to let the body know that we're starting to move a little bit. And the most important thing about our yoga practice is our breath pattern. So big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Just to let the morning go, or maybe even like the last couple days go, or last couple weeks, months, whatever you need to let go of, now is your chance. Big inhales, slow exhales. Let's do another one. Big inhale, nose, exhale out the mouth. All right, let's start to move the head a little bit side to side. And we're just right now exploring, is there any parts of the neck that need attention? And then we're going to take the right ear and we're going to drop it towards the right shoulder. Now I'm going to give you a lot of options. You stop when you feel like that sensation's enough, and if you go too far, you just kind of back out. So with the right ear towards the right shoulder, you're just going to move that chin up and down a little bit. If it feels pretty good, stay here. If you need a little bit more, you can take your left arm and slide it behind the back, and the hand could either rest in the like the waistband, or if you can get around to that right hip, go right ahead. And what it's doing is it's creating some heaviness on that left shoulder, so you have that nice long space. And then once again, if that's enough, stay right here. And then you got one more option. This right arm can reach up, and this right hand can just rest on the left ear. And I don't want you to pull. I don't want you to press. I just want the weight of the hand and the arm to be enough. So now we are pretty square. So we're pulling, let's say, or the extension is from the tip of the left shoulder to the left ear, straight along the left side of the neck. And then we're going to explore this whole side of the neck. So we're going to lift the chin up a little bit. We're going to draw this right elbow back, and that sensation is going to move a little bit towards the front side of the neck, and that could be from the jaw to the collarbone. And then from here you can wag the jaw. We hold a lot of stress and tension within the jaw. You can even move that chin a little bit left and right, like you're saying no. And these are very small micro adjustments. And then we're going to move from that front part of the neck, and we're going to draw the chin a little bit towards the chest. So now that sensation is going to move, let's say, to the back of the skull down towards, let's say, the shoulder blade. This right elbow can drop a little bit, and so you can start to feel that sensation through the back of the neck. Another breath or two here. We're not rushing anything, and we're not even trying to fix anything. We're just trying to get a sense of where we are. So to come out of this, I don't want to lift the head up, so the head stays right where it is. So if your right hand is on your head, bring that hand back down to the thigh. And if that left arm's behind the back, bring that down to the thigh. And then take your right hand and help your head up. So you're going to push that head up and then draw the chin towards the chest. A little rock from side to side. And then once again, maybe really slow circles clockwise, counterclockwise. Oh yeah. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And keep in mind, right side, left side, probably different. So make sure that you ease into the pose. So left ear to left shoulder. If it feels like there's enough sensation on the right side of the neck, by all means, stay there. Same options, right hand can slide behind the back, waistband, or around the left hip. So getting a heavy right shoulder. And then, once again, left arm could reach up and rest onto that right ear, and you're just creating some heaviness. Lift the chin up a little bit. Left shoulder draws back so you're not fighting the elbow. You can wag the jaw here and move the chin a little left and right like you're saying no. We have a ton of stress on the neck because when we drop the chin towards the chest and we look at a computer like our head, it's about 8 pounds, it's starting to move forward, and then there becomes a lot of stress on the neck. All right, chin a little bit towards the chest. That left elbow drops forward a little bit. So from the base of the skull down towards that right shoulder blade, and a little bit of movement from the head side to side. Let's do a little bit different this time. So if the right hand is behind the back, bring the right hand to the knee. Let's slide the left hand to the left side of the head. Let's help our head up. Chin towards chest, and let's stay here. Take both hands to the base of the neck and give yourself a little massage. So fingers all the way down towards the shoulder blades. Massage those muscles on the base of the neck, and then work the fingers all the way up to the base of the skull. And then while we're here, let's grab the tops of the ears and let's squeeze the tops of the ears and lift them up a little bit. And this is nice for stress relief. If you've ever went to a acupuncturist and told them that you're stressed, they may put a needle here in the tops of the ears. It's a nice way to have a stress reliever. Let's massage the outsides of the ears all the way down to the earlobes. Pull down a little bit. And then while you're there, you're going to take your fingers right to your muscles in your jaw. And once again, we hold so much stress and tension within the face. Just going to give yourself a little massage. A lot of this practice today is like apologizing to the body because we abuse ourselves so much. All right, hands down and real big slow circles with the head. If you find a sensation that needs attention, by all means stay there. You're going to go one direction and then you're going to go the other direction. Great band, by the way, One Direction. Not really. Or it is, I don't know. I mean, my daughters liked them. Harry Styles? I think that's one of the guys. All right, shoulders up towards the ears. We can talk music later. Shoulders draw back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then shoulders down and then shoulders in towards one another. A couple really big slow circles. And then let's go the other direction. So up towards the ears, let them collapse, and then down and back. All right, let's work the shoulders a little bit more. So extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Elbows bend so the triceps are parallel to the earth. It looks like maybe like cactus arms. Hands and elbows draw back as you open up through the chest, fronts of the shoulders. And then you're just going to move your elbows a little bit up and down so you move the shoulders in their sockets. If that's feeling pretty good and you're feeling malleable, you can go a little bit farther. So maybe the elbows touch the ribs and maybe the fingers touch up over the head. So you're continually drawing the hands and the elbows back and you're just moving those shoulders up and down to keep them malleable. One more deep, full breath, movement or stillness, whatever's working for you today. And let's bring those triceps so once again they're parallel to the earth. And then we're going to swivel your palms down really slow, like you're moving in slow motion. See if you can smooth out this motion. And then you're going to keep going so the palms swivel towards the back of the room. And then we're going to come on up. And I find it coming up is a little bit harder to smooth it out. If you're feeling like it's a little bit jerky, it's your nervous system, your body kind of processing energy. Let's do it one more time. So palms are swiveling down. You may start to feel some heat in the shoulders as well. They're just kind of working. And then slowly bring yourself on up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together again. And then let's bring the hands together and the forearms and the elbows together. And then pressing the palms together, let's open up the fingers wide. And then keep squeezing the elbows and forearms and then bring the palms together. And then lift your elbows up and down a little. Am I saying little a lot? Inhale, open up your arms a whole lot, not a little. And let's do it again. So hands, elbows, forearms, press, elbows up and down. Inhale, open them up. Nice, swivel your palms down again. And then we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. Keep the elbows and bent elbows and shoulders like squeeze towards one another, and then start to slide the knuckles towards the floor. If the knuckles touch, they can slide towards the back of the mat. So what it may look like from here is down and away. Again, if you're finding any sensation within the neck that needs attention, you can move the head again. If you're needing a little bit more through the hips, you can hinge forward. Arms can drift a little right, a little left. These micro adjustments, just getting a sense of the body. It's how we communicate physical body by sensation to the brain. If you're hinging forward, come on up, release your hands, give them a little shake. Take your right hand, massage your left wrist, massage your palm, all those muscles and fingers. And then take your right hand and grab the tips of your left fingers and press your palm forward, right? And then allow those fingers to rotate a little bit to the right. And then exhale, let it go. Shake out the hand. Let's try the other side. So let's massage the wrist and massage the palm. You got like two really big muscles in the hand. You got the one that's underneath the pinky and you got the one that's underneath the thumb. So those are the ones that work a lot. And for a lot of us, we're right-hand mousers. So I want to make sure the right hand gets a lot of attention. I was actually surprised, I talked about this the other day, and how many people are left-hand mousers. So nice work, left-hand mousers. Never really thought about it. All the fingers, so press them, maybe crack the knuckles, make sure that the hand's feeling pretty good. And then when that's feeling all right, take the left fingers to the tips of the right fingers. You're going to press the palm forward. So we're drawing the fingertips towards the forearm, and then we're going to rotate those fingers a little bit out to the left. Ooh, that's a doozy for me today. Ooh. Exhale, let it go. Shake out both hands. Arms reach up, wiggle your fingers, roll your wrists, bend the elbows again. Let's take your right arm underneath your left arm, grab your shoulders, walk them back. Elbows up and down, just a little bit of movement in the shoulders, make sure that those shoulders stay malleable. If it's available, bring the backs of the hands together so the thumbs are at the face. If they touch, you can take the right hand on the inside of the left wrist or palm into eagle arms. If you can't touch, then I see a lot of funky binds, so don't do that. Just keep the hands to the shoulders. The motion and movement is the same. So elbows are up, so triceps are trying to get parallel to the earth. And then we're actively drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. So elbows are up and shoulders are down. If you have the hands, same action, elbows up, shoulders down, but it's the hands that come away from the face. Movement of the head to make sure the neck feels pretty good. We're trying to create space between the shoulder blades. And then you can move in any way, shape, or form that works well. So you can twist a little side to side, or you can come forward, maybe to the right or to the left. Mobility, so you can make circles with the arms. And once again, If you're feeling it in the wrists and eagle arms, then take the hands to the shoulders and same thing. So just move it around a bit. When that's feeling pretty good, unwind everything, shake it out. If your feet are numb, or let's do this together, hands behind you, extend your legs out in front of you, give them a little shake. Take the hands into fists and tap the thighs. Point and flex your feet a few times and roll the ankles, and then just hinge forward. If you have that strap here, this is a chance where you can use it. You just lean forward a little bit. We're just kind of waking up the legs. So another area that we may not get to much in this practice, it's lower back and hips. And the hips are groins, hip flexors, IT bands, and hamstrings. Maybe next Wednesday we'll just do a hip class. Or maybe I'll do a hip class and you guys can join me. I think it's a good idea. So yeah, maybe between you and me, we'll do hips next Wednesday. All right, inhale, slowly come on up. Maybe cross your legs in a different variation, so whatever feels right. And we're gonna do a little bit more. So arms reach up, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back. Let's do the other side. So left arm reaches underneath right arm. Grab the shoulders, walk them back, elbows up and down. Keep in mind, your right side and your left side may be different, and that's fairly common. For me it is, for sure. So you may not be able to bind, or you may not be able to do the eagle arms on that side. So check it out. Backs of the hands together. If you can get there effortlessly, left hand grabs right wrist. Elbows are up, and you're trying to keep them up while you're drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. That's the work. If you have the hands, they can pendulum from side to side. If you have the shoulders, you can just give yourself a massage. And then movement. So move the torso, move the elbows, move the head. Breathe deep and free. You can move in and out of this pose too, right? So it could be shoulders and then the hands, and maybe that gets a little too much and you go back to the shoulders. Keep in mind that in our practice that there's a lot of creativity. This is not Simon Says. You don't do everything I say. You just maybe move in the direction. It's a suggestion to move, and then you find the sensation that works for you. All right, exhale, let it all go. Release your hands, give them a little shake. Let's interlace our fingers behind our back again and take the opposite thumb on top. So whatever you habitually did the first time, do a little bit different. Squeeze shoulder blades, squeeze elbows, and then start to slide the hands down the spine, knuckles towards the floor. Move the head if you need more attention to the neck. Hinge forward if you need a little bit through the lower back or hips. Move a little side to side to get some of the details of the shoulders and chest opened up. And once again, real slow, mindful inhalations and exhalations. If you are hinging forward, come on up, release your hands, shake them out. Extend your arms up towards the ceiling, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Bend your right elbow, take your right hand to the base of the neck. Take your left hand, grab your right elbow. Lift up and then over to the left as you side bend right side body. Think about your right hip bone being heavy into the ground, and maybe even press the right ribs out. Right? It's like, so the right side body's like crescent moon. The head's drawn back, the heart is lifting, and then bring yourself back to center. So take your left hand, let go of your right elbow. Slide the back of the left hand towards your lower back, and then slide that left hand all the way up. If you can grab your right hand and bind, great. If you have a strap and you can't bind, take your right hand, grab the strap, take your left hand, grab the bottom of the strap, and then start to walk your hands closer towards one another. And then draw the elbows towards midline. Now, if you don't have a strap and you can't get a hold of your hands, it's okay. You just keep the elbows drawing towards the mid-spine. Options again is kind of squaring the spine and hinging a little bit forward. Big inhales, slow exhales. This asana, I find, can be quite intense. The front of that left shoulder and maybe into that right tricep. If you're hinging forward, come on up very slowly, release the hands. Oh hands to knees, roll the shoulders around, front ways and back ways, and then take the hands to the ears and make some circles with the elbows, clockwise, counterclockwise, one direction, other direction. And then shake out those arms, and let's take care of the other side. So arms reach up, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Left elbow bends, left hand finds the base of the neck, right hand finds left elbow. Pull up and over, side bend, other direction. Left hip bone is dropping towards the ground, left ribs pressing out. Head is drawing back, heart is lifting. The chin fairly neutral, you're not gazing in one direction or the other. One more deep, full breath. Ooh, yeah, outside of the left shoulder, feeling the extension. Come back to center, right hand, let's go. Back of the right hand towards the lower back. Slide it up the spine. Once again, you may be able to bind one side. You may not be able to bind the other side. That's cool. If you can, great, go right ahead. If you can't, just draw the elbows back and towards the midline. And then if you have a strap, you're always welcome to use the strap. Left hand grabs one end. Right hand grabs the other end, walk them up, lengthen through torso. This may be plenty, stay here for a little bit more, hinge forward. Ooh, 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 yeah. I had surgery on this right shoulder about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's definitely, it's more restrictive than the other side, and keep in mind that in our practices, these things will show up from injury or maybe overuse or fatigue, or maybe we're favoring one side of the body. Maybe that's where we hold stress or tension. So this practice is about communication. It's about intimacy. It's about knowing where we are, creating a foundation for the rest of our day. If you're hinging forward, come on up. Slowly release your arms or strap and drop the hands down. And once again, move those shoulders around a bit. Move the head, make sure the neck stays malleable. Arms reach up. Internally, externally rotate the hands, the forearms, and the shoulders. So you're moving the shoulders in and out of their sockets. And then straighten those elbows out wide, swivel palms up and down a couple times again. So you're going to drop the shoulders forward, and you're going up and down. Take your right arm in front, left arm underneath, squeeze bicep towards chest, drop the right shoulder, move the head. Switch. Left arm in front, right arm underneath, squeeze bicep towards chest, drop the left shoulder, move the head. Exhale, let it go. One more time, interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades, straighten the elbows. Move the head, relax the jaw. Nice, release your hands, lean back, extend your legs, give them a little shake. This time bend the knees a little bit, take your hands, wrists, or forearms underneath the legs and squeeze the bicep, squeeze the belly towards the thighs, forehead towards the knees. If you need more sensation, straighten the knees. If you want sensation up towards the lower back, bend the knees. Squeeze a little bit more. Tuck your chin, feeling the muscles down the spine. And then inhale, slowly bring yourself on up. Remove block, bolster, whatever you're sitting on. Lower all the way to your back. Keep your knees bent. Take your feet to the floor. So flat back, feet are about hips distance apart, hands are down to the floor. Maybe your fingertips can feel your heels. Press your feet down and slowly lift your hips up off the ground. So it's a gentle bridge pose, so maybe halfway up, maybe 3/4 of the way up. If it's feeling good, you can go full expression. This is nice for the lower back, especially if we've been sitting at a desk all day. Palms can be up or down, or you can interlace the fingers. If you're wanting to open a little bit more through the shoulders, you can rock a little side to side and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw your chin towards your chest and lift the hips up a little bit more. Taking care of ourselves energetically, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, so we can kind of move through our day more efficiently. Release your hands, slowly lower the hips all the way down. windshield wiper your knees side to side as you soften through lower back. Draw the knees towards the belly or the chest, wrap the arms around your legs and give yourself a squeeze. For a little variation, open up the knees a little bit wider, keep squeezing, keep rocking. And for even a little bit more, come into a happy baby. So both arms reach in between the legs and you can grab shins, ankles, big toes, maybe bottoms of the feet or even heels. Whatever you get a hold of, you're trying to move the ankles up over the knees so the knees are 90 degrees. Separate the feet as wide as you can, and then you invite the knees down towards the floor by the rib cage. The knees may not be in 90 degrees, and your tailbone may come off the ground a little bit too. That's okay. And there's some variation, so you can move legs right and left or feet in and out, bend and straightening the knees. One more deep, full breath here. You can even massage your feet. Awesome work. Let's ease ourselves into our last resting asana, Shavasana. Heels find the corners of your mat. Externally rotate your thighs so your feet fall open. If you're still trying to manage your nervous system, if you're like vibrating, your nervous system is really on edge, take your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly, and breathe into the belly as it expands and pushes up towards the ceiling. A couple of those breaths will help ignite your parasympathetic nervous system and relax the nerves. If your nervous system is fairly doing all right, you can swivel your palms up by your side body. Wherever you are, just close your eyes, relax your jaw and tuck your chin. Drop your gaze inward as you relax everything and allow your worries, your concerns, your attachments to melt into the mat through exhalation, just for at least a few moments. You can pick them all up later if you'd like. Allow that breath to become a little bit more of a whisper. Soften the fingers, toes, arms, and legs. And feel gravity to support your body. No action needed here. Very soft thoughts. Breath is like a whisper. A moment to be here now. As always, if you have time for another 5 or even 10 minutes here in Shavasana, please do that. Just hang out here as long as you can. If your day is waiting for you, very slowly start to deepen your breath. Start to awaken this new body by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling your wrists and ankles, and gently rocking your head from side to side. Extend your arms up over your head, stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Get really nice and long. On the exhalation, just relax. A moment to reflect, to ask the question, how am I doing right now? In my body, energetically, in my heart, emotionally, in my spirit. How do I take care of myself? What are my needs? And then we take action in a way that supports those needs. All right, draw all the thighs towards the belly, chest, wrap the arms around the legs, squeeze. Little rock side to side, and reach that right arm up over your head, roll to your right side. Moment here in this fetal position, chance to start again. Fresh body, fresh breath, fresh mind, fresh set of downs. As you press down into the floor, gently bring yourself up into a comfortable seat. And with a nice long spine, hands to knees or thighs. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Bring the hands together, thumbs towards the heart, gaze over the fingertips. Thank you guys so much for taking the time for yourself. Thanks for sharing practice. And have a beautiful, mindful, and peaceful day. Namaste. Nice work, yogis. If you like this practice, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, leave it in the comment section below. See you soon. Peace. I love you.